Failed backup quarterback Colin Kaepernick, best known for trying to undermine our democracy and sowing discord throughout society, has a new comic book out now, a graphic novel about himself growing up as a black man in America. And in case you didn't know, he was abandoned by his birth parents. I know that's not a surprise. It's a statistical probability with a certain demographic in society. But he was luckily adopted by a nice white couple who gave him every opportunity in the world and helped him become a multimillionaire and a big famous celebrity. So, of course, they're featured in the novel, and you could probably guess how it is that he feels about them.
Spreading a message of empowerment in his new graphic novel, Change the Game, written with author and University of Chicago professor Eve L. Ewing.
Of course, because it's not like he's going to write a book, not even a comic book.
I love how you depict yourself in this book, not as some big shot hero, but as a shy, insecure high schooler like we all were.
He was a hero, huh? From throwing a ball around on a field and entertaining drunk Americans on the weekends.
Growing up, I think still am a pretty introverted person.
A loser. I think the word you're looking for is loser.
I hope it's true to form, and that's just kind of how I navigate the world.
It's his true high school coming-of-age story, his journey embracing his blackness, despite resistance from many, including his white adoptive parents.
I know my parents love me, but there were still very problematic things that I went through. I think it was important to show that, no, this can happen in your own home, and how we move forward collectively while addressing the racism that is being perpetuated.
I think what he means is he found thug culture through rap and hip-hop, and his adoptive parents didn't want him to turn into one of those kinds of people because they rescued him from the ghetto. They obviously didn't want him to turn out like this guy, who is being 100% serious. This is not a parody. This guy actually thinks that he's cool. These are real boots that are being sold for $350. I'll get into those in a moment. I'm not really sure what language he's speaking, but you could probably gather what it is that he's trying to say.
Man, I know you ain't get them big ass ugly shoes.
Man, come on, yup. First I'm a block with them.
He says he's the first person in his neighborhood with those things. Okay?
I don't want to see none of y'all on the east side trying to bite the drip.
I think what he's saying there is he doesn't want anybody to steal his new style, his new look.
You know who did it first, man?
You know who did it first, man.
That was stupid.
His friend's clowning on him. You look stupid. He does. This is Vogue magazine. Why is everyone wearing these cartoonish red boots? It's a real problem. A real product. A real product. Clown News Network. See why these $350 boots are a fashion sensation. It's a sensation.
So are those for real? Wait, tell the truth. What do you mean? Are they just like to make a statement, take a picture, and then take them off?
Look, I think there is a big thing going on with futuristic fashion, cartoonish fashion that lets us escape reality. But these ones, I mean, there's a lot of celebs wearing this. Diplo, Lil Wayne.
And the celebrities know what's best. Apparently, when he was in high school, he was a better baseball player than he was a football player. But he didn't pursue a career in baseball because, well, wait for it.
The pitcher even had major league interest, but he bucked public pressure and followed his heart to the gridiron.
There were a lot more black people in football that I was like, I found some community here.
So there were too many white people playing baseball. In other black grievance news, the New York Times published this article. Black equestrians want to be safe, but they can't find helmets. So people want to ride horses, but they have big afros or dreadlocks. The helmets aren't going to fit properly, and that's white people's fault. It's racist. For black riders with natural hair, finding a helmet that fits can be virtually impossible. I think you mean out of control hair. Too much hair. Some are trying to raise awareness of the problem, but manufacturers say it's not a simple fix. Out of all the black equestrians who have too much hair that doesn't fit properly into the helmet, they found and featured this girl, who I never would assume is even black. I would imagine that if you're going to be a professional swimmer, that you also can't have your hair too long because it's got to fit under the swim cap. Otherwise, it's going to cause too much drag and it's going to slow you down. And so if you want to participate in certain sports, then there are certain things that you're going to have to do in order to qualify. You have two options, lady. You can either cut your hair or you could stop riding horses. So now they're saying that riding horses is part of the systemic white supremacy that's everywhere in America. And also there are too many white girls who like to dance in ballet. This from Mary Claire or Mary Clary, one of these garbage fashion magazines. The unbearable whiteness of ballet. There's just so many white girls in ballet. It's unbearable. Over across the pond in England, the Northern School of Contemporary Dance decided not to offer ballet classes because a ballet is too white and binary because it's obviously a girls' sport. I mean, what's next? Are they going to blame white people for all the smog in Los Angeles? Oh, wait, what's this? It's the LA Times. How white and affluent drivers are polluting the air breathed by LA's people of color. This is a brand new article, by the way, which is just an old recycled story because for years now they've been blaming white people for global warming. And so now might as well blame us for the smog in LA too. Stay tuned because there's plenty more to come in this video, but real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here because you're not going to find stories and analysis like this anywhere else. The University of Southern California has banned the word field from its curriculum, citing racist connotations. So you're no longer to say that you work in the medical field or that you're working out in the field, meaning outside of the office, because that's racism. This change supports anti-racist social work by replacing language that could be considered anti-black or anti-immigrant in favor of inclusive language. Language can be powerful, and phrases such as going into the field or field work have connotations for descendants of slavery and immigrant workers that are not benign. The Scott Adams controversy about his Dilbert comic being canceled in literally every newspaper in the entire country has sort of made its way through the news cycle. But one little piece that you may have missed, because who the hell is watching Saturday Night Live these days, was this bit on Weekend Update, which was once done by the great Norm Macdonald, now by this black guy.
Newspapers around the country are dropping beloved comic strip Dilbert after its creator, Scott Adams, went on a racist rant last week advocating for white people to get the hell away from black people. Off the record, he's got a point. Here to comment.
So he literally agrees with Scott Adams, and he doesn't want to live around white people, but of course he's not getting canceled. He gets an applause. In other anti-whiteism news, the new head of the IRS believes that there are not enough white people who are getting audited by the Internal Revenue Service, and so they're promising to fix that. Apparently, black people are 3 to 5 times more likely to be audited than white people. And so instead of, the obvious reason that, just like they're 10 times more likely to commit violent crimes, maybe certain groups of people are also more likely to not properly file their taxes. The excuse is that it's racism. And by the way, if you want one, you should order my new I Love White People shirt from markdice.com before it gets banned. And this is one of those shirts that you want to wear at your own risk, or be careful where you wear it. But I'm sure that it will get banned. Just like my Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt, I told you that it was going to get banned. It just got banned. So get these while you can. But if that's not your style, and I totally understand if you would not want to wear that anywhere outside the house, I'm sure that you will enjoy my new Conspiracy Theorists We're Right shirt, which is also available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.